Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Get your popcorn ready and lean back and get ready for a trip. I'll be going on a long 31-day cruise. And oh God, what's that? At any rate, took off from Charlotte and the wing caught on fire. But no problem, we made it to Chicago all right. I advised the captain, said, "Wow, I got a picture of it here. Here's the wing." And as we're driving along, trying to get up in the air, all of a sudden, a little smoke comes out of the tail of the end of the wing. You can see it starting to rise about. Oh, almost. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Here it comes. See, there's the smoke coming right out of the tip of the wing. Smoke. That means fire. Smoke is, and it goes to the whole wing. And the entire wing caught on fire. Black smoke. Oh, and we made it to Chicago, all right, with only one wing. And if you look way in the right-hand corner, that little white dot is where I lived for 18 years in Chicago. Right there by the, right next to the Lake Michigan. And these roads coming here, not this one, but the next one coming up is Devon Avenue. And if you get on Devon Avenue and go toward the lake for about 20 miles, and then you'll run right into my house. It's Clark and Devon Avenue. And let's see, we just have the tower coming up, and we can zoom right in on that tower. You can see the guy that's up there's got a mustache. Well, when I was living there, his dad was in charge of the tower, but I guess his son took over. His dad must have passed. Oh well, what can you do? But anyhow, once we got to Chicago, we had to change planes, and this plane here had a belly camera on it. Hang on, I'll put the pilot on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is the pilot. As you can see right now, our maintenance people are putting together the parts that fell off the nose gear on the last flight. And we will be leaving here pretty soon. And as soon as they get everything back in the shape it was when we started. Hang on a second. Hey, Joe, give me my martini, will you? I gotta try to stay on these yellow lines. All right, now here we are, following the yellow line to the takeoff runway 0.9, and it's a little ways away, but as long as we stay on our yellow line, we'll have it made. And here we, what, Joe? Turn to the right. My co-pilot said to turn to the right. He's the navigator. That's what he does, and hands me my martinis when I need it. And I kind of need it now because this is the most nerve-wracking part of the flight. I gotta find 0.6 runway. Oh, here we go. Now let's get up in the air and take off. Yes, sir. You put the pedal to the metal. We're almost going 65 miles an hour, I'm sure. I don't know what these knots mean there. I can't figure out conversion. But I know we're going pretty doggone fast because my drink is spilling all over my hand. So anyhow, as soon as we get up in the air, I'll have Joe hit that autopilot thing because this is going to be a pain in the neck. And okay, now the steering wheel doesn't even work. I can't even steer this doggone thing. Oh, wait a minute. I don't feel no bumps either. We might be airborne. So let's go ahead and lower the gears and raise the flaps, and we'll be out of here. Let me take a look out of this other window and see if it's... Yep, that's Chicago. We're leaving Chicago. It's going to be a 15-hour flight to a place called Hong Kong, which is due west. Wait, hey Joe, check that gauge there. I think we're going north. Yeah, the compass must have something wrong with it. Hit it a couple of times, we shoot. Don't use that bottle of vodka because I need that for the flight. Okay, we're heading to Milwaukee. We're supposed to be heading to the west. What are we doing, Joe? Oh, you're the navigator. Look, it's not even in English. What? Joe, what are you doing to me? How can I? Oh, there you go. We are now in Bawara, wherever the heck that is. I guess we just have to play it by ear. All right, now we're Okay, we got on the ship at Sydney. I didn't get to see much of Sydney because 27 hours in the air was a little bit too much. So I just went to bed as soon as I got there and slept for about 12 hours. But I did take this little quick picture of Sydney. I didn't get that opera house, which I guess I should have. I think on the way out of the port, they went right past it. And I was sound asleep when that happened. So no opera house. Alright, but our first stop now, we're on the way to a place called, gosh, Hamilton Island. And there's the barge that we headed for. Well, this is the boat we were on to get to the barge. It's a 2.5 hour boat ride from where our ship docked. Actually, it didn't dock. It just threw over the anchor right next to the island. We got on this little boat for 2.5 hours and made it all the way to that barge where they had snorkeling and one of those submarines. They even had slides going down in the water, and it had scuba diving. And they had a class you could pay extra for if you never scuba dived, and they'd teach you how to do it. But I didn't do the scuba diving. I just did snorkeling, and the water was pretty murky. There's a captain of our little speedboat, and he did a pretty good job of speeding. I don't know what else to say about it, but those are the reefs sticking out of the water. They look like just big hills coming out of the water, but that's here's the barge. There's that submarine I told you about, and this is the barge that you go and change clothes. I mean, you don't change clothes. You put on a wetsuit. They say you have to wear a wetsuit because of the any stingrays or varmints swimming around. I never wore a wetsuit. Okay, here's you snorkel out as far as you can. They have a rope out there, so when you get out there, if you get tired, and since the current's going that way, you can pull yourself back. But a lot of people that were my age and older, they got out there and couldn't get back. They even with the rope, they had a little boat going out picking people up. But as you can see, the water's pretty murky, and you can't see the coral too well. But I found some scuba divers. Look for those yellow flippers down there, and the bubbles coming up. And I was following the scuba divers back to the barge. But I also used the rope with one hand and took pictures with the other. And as I was swimming around there, they were right below me, about 20 feet. And then all of a sudden, I saw something caught my eye, and there it is, the cameraman. And he took a picture of me, and I did my thumbs in my ear thing and stuck. Well, I didn't stick my tongue out. I had my snorkel in my mouth. But he was trying to get a big fish to come by and take a picture with me and the fish, because he did on some of the people. Somehow he got a fish, a great big thing with big lips, to come out from underneath that coral and come up, and he took a picture of it. But the fish didn't cooperate with me. I guess maybe I needed to take a shower or something. I don't know, but he kept trying and nothing happened. So I just went back to the barge and went down to the viewing underneath the water. They got a little viewing station down there, and they got a bucket. Well, I'll show you here in a second. They got a bucket full of food hanging down in the water. I guess they have holes in the bucket, so a little bit of the food will seep out, and there it is. And it's got all these fish around the bucket. And then you can go downstairs, and it's got a glass bottom on it and the glass windows where you can get even a close-up of those little fish. So I'll, here you go. Now I'm downstairs of the barge. And you can look out and get a little closer look of them down there. But it's not very big. Now I'm on that submarine. That it doesn't, the top part doesn't go underwater. It's just but you got a lot better picture of the coral on that submarine than you do snorkeling. And what I'm trying to get a picture of, I mean, it's all coral, but every once in a while, this is where he came too close to the coral. It snapped on his window. But I was trying to show here where every once in a while it would drop off, like it would go down really, really deep. Right there's kind of like a cliff, and then it would come back up, and then a little while later. So you can see we're getting pretty close to the scraping the bottom, but we're in a like a groove. See how it drops off right there, like a cliff. But again, like I said, this is a lot better picture taking than it is snorkeling, because it seems a lot clear. And they've got each one of those little plants or whatever. They've got a different name for it. It's like different flowers. But it's part of the reef. And so we're getting ready to come back to the barge now. For some reason, all these fish kind of like to hang around the barge. I guess people maybe throw in bread or something for them. I don't know. But anyhow, here's standing on the barge looking down at those fish again. People flopping by taking pictures of it. They had to get kind of close to it. Now, there's a place where you could go downstairs and they teach you how to scuba dive. And it's coming up here, and they're all women in the class. If I'd known that, I'd have signed up for it. There they are. It's got like a little platform down there where they teach them how to snorkel. All right, that should be it for this movie. Over and out. Okay, I saw a lady out there snorkeling, and I saw her the next day in the swimming pool. She is a Olympic swimmer, and she joined the Royal Navy, so I felt obligated to buy her a drink. Oh, those weren't the ladies. Here's the lady that I bought her a drink, and she told me all kinds of Navy jokes.
Well, hang on. Yeah. One.
Write my memoirs. There we go. Now, you can go now. Say it.
Way to go.
If I write my memoirs.
My memoirs. When I write them.
Yes.
Which not yet.
Yes.
So I still have way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and it's going to be called Ways to Go.